Esau's made it. Now it's the American dream. It's not even a reality anymore.
Well, this thing, the reason why they was able to sell that, man, because during the World War II, everyone got fucked up. But America was mostly untouched. So yes, it was the land of opportunity because America was now supplying everybody with everything everybody needed because everywhere else was fucked.
Everywhere else was fucked.
And also everyone's going there for the jobs, buying from America, and that's where the merchants was getting rich. That's why we speak here about the merchants.
Yeah, merchants,
you know, so America got put on the world stage.
And that's really what swelled the economy. It's like you watch like Mad Men, that was like what, the 60s. These guys, bro, money was just flowing free. And the thing is as well is like after like what was it, 20s. The 20s, the roaring 20s, they were huge. Then there was like the Dust Bowl in the 30s, and then shit was, America was through. So it's only like after they started basically building up, it's basically all that shit, all that money, the merchandise they made during World War II, that's what even blew them up, yeah. Industrial Revolution, man. God.
It says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger.
Yeah, in anger, man. In anger. Where's, these guys trying to, these guys are out of the West. I'm like, bro, what does the West is going around dictating to guys what to do, man. Yep. This guy's going around. The thing is the joke is this, like Saudi Arabia, they nice them up with oil. They're just like, oh, you chopping off adulterous heads? Oh, ain't even watching that. Well, women can't drive? Don't worry about them things, fam. There's some F-16s, nicing them up. But then it's like you in Uganda putting homosexuals to death. Because it's like, okay, you want aid? Oh, David Cameron was like, oh, you want aid? Well, stop killing them homosexuals. That's disgusting. We're in the modern age. That's Esau. That's an anger, man. Basically, the thing is as well, is Esau will fuck up these countries and then provide aid to them.
Yeah.
And it's like, even with I was watching a fucking documentary on Black Hawk Down, man, fucking Somalia. They were saying like one of the warlord that was running that even built up to that war, all that aid that was coming in, he was just hijacking it and then selling it. So it's like they said, oh, we're giving aid, we're helping you guys, but then they ain't helping shit.
Also with the brother who read that precept that he just read. Read that precept again.
It says, he who smote the people with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth.
Yeah, now you got Trump. He just told up the tax for the aluminium and steel. So now all these other countries like China, everything's gonna be fucked up because now they have to pay a larger toll tax just to get imports and exports.
It's like 25, but it's some stupid amount.
Yeah, so so that's these devils in that anger, man. They do things in frustration, and when they just want to be bossy, like we're the big boss, we can do as we please. Well, it's gonna come a time when all that shit's not gonna matter. Like the brother read in James, like the gold and canker, like the silver's not gonna matter no more, man. These nations are just gonna want blood. Really, that's going to be the judgment of the Lord. Yeah,
because you got nations like that already, where they like with you go to America, a lot of these. That's why in the Middle East they call it the Great Satan. Yeah, because these guys are looking to fuck up. They don't like America. Yeah. The thing is, it's funny. A lot of the guys you've got over here, they'll say, "Oh, I'm Iraqi, I'm this, I'm that." They're the guys that came over here. Their family came over here before the war, or before the Islamic Revolution or some shit. So they were indoctrinated in the West anyway. But then the people that have been over there, getting nuked, getting blown up, getting their families blown away, they're thinking, fuck some America. We're going Habakkuk 2, and then like from verse 4.
It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Yeah, his soul's that's Esau, he can't deal correct.
But the just shall live by his faith. Ye also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Yeah, that's it, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. So, because this, the so-called white man, he's going out everywhere. He's going. That's what he's done. He's gone to all these countries, stolen their wealth, and then he's proud about it. Like, that like the British Empire. That's why they still use like the knight. Even over here, when you get knighted, you become like what? A knight of the Order of the Empire or something of the Empire, MBE. Like you're esteemed within the British Empire, even though the empire is done. So that means Esau's glory in that. But then these guys were going around massacring, like enough Indians got messed up, all kinds of nations got messed up by this so-called white man. But you know, that just don't want to get dealt with at all.
Precept.
Who enlargeth his...
Hold on, let me go.
Okay. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Yeah, like, fucking, what comes to mind is fucking Pearl Harbor, man. Because apparently, like, America had no way of getting involved in the war. All of a sudden, Pearl Harbor, like, they just decide, oh, let's just attack this. So America, this is so convenient for America. But, you know, obviously, that shit was a fucking setup, man. Because and the thing is, it's like, that's Esau. Because, like, okay, they say, like, is it the thing is as well, as them guys nuked Japan off that shit. That's technically what they did. They nuked, because of Pearl Harbor, they nuked 2 cities.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki,
Yeah. I'm like, bruv, how is that even righteous?
And then they put those Japanese in concentration camps. Then later on they paid reparations and all that, just to, you know, solo the blow, lessen the blow.
Yeah, and then like even they've still to this day they've still got like multiple. I think they got 2. I think they might have closed one. They had like at least 2 military bases in Japan, and Japan wasn't even allowed to have an army. They all had the self-defense force, so they couldn't even get involved in like disputes outside of their own country. I'm like, you guys were, bro, they got made into fucking bitches. It's a land of fucking samurais and shit.
They were
where you stand, bro, there were all kinds of fruit.
And that goes into the UN as well, that precept, because anytime America want to do something, they'll just go against any treaty,
like
anything
Syria.
anything that the UN say don't do, they'll just go against it and feel like, yeah, we can just do anything we want. You know what I'm saying? Go on, bro, what you saying?
Syria, they had the UN there was no UN resolution, no nothing. Then they just start bombing up Syria, carpet bombing it.
Yeah.
And then it's just, oh well. And then everyone just eats it. But then it's like Russia gets gets given a green light to help. Then it's like, oh, Russia defending criminals. I'm like, that's propaganda, man. Esau's doing the same thing. Esau, I say America's doing the same thing. They're both Edomites. They're both wicked. Oh, you're more have a good. Yeah, that's what I got.
And it says, who enlargeth his desire is health, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
That's it, the so-called white man can't be satisfied. Hey man, the thing is like, you know, with Jake, it's like, for example, William the Conqueror, man. Man conquered England, it was like, okay, it's cool, then now we're gonna chill and set up monarchies. Man ain't going around thinking, okay, we conquered that. So even man went to the States. They didn't even go there, they were just chilling with it, man was just there. The Ericssons, Leif Erikson, which there, you know, just chilling with the natives and that, you know, saying, yeah, man, these guys are cool. Smoking weed and shit, whatever the fuck they did. I think them man would do, I think thingies used to do that as well, Vikings used to do that. They used to take hella drugs, mushrooms and shit. But hey, they just, it's like with Jake, you know, you go to war, then you chill. It's like even in like what, Joshua, man was like, they started, as soon as man got settled with certain lands, man was like, oh, the last of them Amorites and that. Man was like, you know what, man got land though, like, man even needs to do that though. But then it became a snare against them, man.
And it says, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
That's it, heap of all people. That's why you can run to a fucking Iraqi on the goddamn street, bro. Because Esau's basically just made it like, oh, everyone come in. These guys still went out of the West. This guy's saying we're complaining about the West. Bro, you are the guys that invited everyone over here. You first of all, you colonize all these lands and steal their shit. And then basically because you bring all that wealth into your own economy, you're the main guys that are actually fucking doing it, like where you can actually make some money. Even like Spain and Italy, Greece, a lot of these guys, why you got so many Greek, Spanish and Italians over here? Because their economy is a fruit. Why do you not find that many Germans? You don't really find Germans doing grunt work. If Germans are over there, they might be here visiting or some shit. That's because they're making some what? But it's like mainly the West with the strongest economies. That's why you got to go ahead to make dosh and then fuck off back to your country and live like a king.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
That's it. Woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his. So, hey man, Esau, you know, it's like the brother was saying, Esau don't want to pay for slavery. Because look man, hella gains got made off that. But hey man, there's a judgment for him, waiting in the wings.
How long? Unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Him that ladeth himself with thick clay, man, them heavy debts. Because it's like, you know, we're going to the money system earlier. So it's spirits, them heavy debts. That's how Esau runs his money system. And that's how he controls the people as well, man. So I was thinking of the quote, it's like what? You know, it's basically goes like what? Debt is like the currency of slaves. I think gold is the currency of kings, and then silver is the currency of like lords. There's basically different tiers. Like debt is basically the lowest form, and that's why it's like funny because everyone on a low level, they live out their overdrafts, credit cards, in debt through the month. Then they get the paycheck and they get out of it, and that's it. Because everyone's through out here, man. Kinds of fruit.
Who was it that said, give me control of a nation's money?
Yeah.
I care not who makes its laws. That's all they do is just drop an IMF bank.
I think it was Nathan Rothschild.
There you go. They just drop an IMF bank there and then that's it.
Yeah.
You know? Debt slavery. I butt you, thick clay. You know? And it says...
I just wanted to thick clay.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
That's it, the borrower is servant to the lender. That's and the thing is, Esau doesn't know the scriptures. That's why you go to all these countries. They'll be in some backwater country, some shithole, like fucking Haiti. Why the fuck does Haiti have a central bank? Some shithole country. But then it does. That's because Esau knows that way to rule by debt, by oppression, man. You got another precept there,
This is the book of St. John, chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly.
That's it, man. Esau's come, you know, Esau likes to put on the facade of, you know, being a righteous man. But really, what's he about? Death, theft. This is, you know, it's a thing where what Yahweh says, come that they may have life and they might have it more abundantly. Because the thing is, what we have now, this ain't life. Probably think having to stress about debts, about just making it. That's what the government calls it, just making it. And the thing is, like even with the housing crisis, how's it, bro, for fucking housing? The stupidity of it is just like, oh, bro, the way this kingdom's run, it's run so insensibly, man. It don't make no goddamn sense whatsoever. Some BS. Yeah. But then, you know, they try and say this is the most advanced civilization. The Babylonians fucking dealt were more on point with how they dealt with you guys, man. Come on. Go. Get Isaiah. Go back to Isaiah first. I don't want to lose some
precept.
This is
go on.
Job 20 and 15. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly.
Yeah, I said them riches. Bro, that's him setting them riches from like what? James 5 and 1, man. Funny, because like even with like gold, it's like you could have gold from like the 17th century, and it's like that shit can still. It's as long as you clean it, it can be restored to its glorious state. Funny enough, man. Or you can just melt it down and make a completely new ornament, man, or whatever. Yeah. So it's funny because it's like with that. So you might have some like with like some gold crosses or some shit with jewels in them, but then you can just dash that in the fire and then melt the unrighteous symbol and you'll make it into something righteous, man. So that's why it's funny with all that can get recycled. But it's the same thing with us because we're that gold as well. Because we're just, you know, the thing is Jake is that gold. We're just covered in filth right about now. So we're going through the fire, that cleansing, and we're getting restored to what that righteous state. But yeah, Isaiah. Let me go to Isaiah.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth.
Yeah, when the so-called white man gets his judgment, ain't no one gonna jump in. They just be like, oh, people will be rejoicing. Gone.
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
That's it, and that's the thing is, it's funny, even being in a fucking metropolis city, that is a big thing. Because the thing is like when you're a bit further out in the sticks, finding a bit of quiet's easier. But it's like here, London's like a city that never sleeps. Well, over the weekends you've got like yesterday and today, the 24-hour trains. So people get around, do shit all fucking day and night long, man. It's just a bunch of confusion and mess. Because you're gonna have women going out doing God knows what up to the late nights of the hour, late hours of the night. So like, that's all kinds of mess and confusion going on. People don't know who the fuck they are. You got people. It's funny. It's like I was at the shop yesterday, and there was some girl with an American accent. I said, "Oh, what part of America are you from?" She was like, "Oh, I'm from an international school in Hong Kong." I was like, "What the fuck?" And another Chinese girl came in. I said, "Oh, okay." I was like, "What? Are you an international? Are you in an international school in Hong Kong?" She's like, "Close, but I'm in Beijing." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Bro, you're getting all kind of mixing going." I'm like, "You're not even from America. But you're speaking like an yeah."
International.
Hey man, if you're speaking American, you ain't got no chance. Your daughter never had a chance, man.
And them gooks over there. Like I dealt with one. I think she was Japanese at the time. I don't know. She's Japanese or
At the time,
yeah.
you know, like, it's gonna change.
Shit. But yeah. No, but you know. She was Japanese, I was thinking she was Chinese or one of them, anyway. But she had an American accent, bro. And I was like, how the fuck did you learn that? She's like, yeah, the TV. I'm like, you fucking gooks, man. You fucking gooks to follow it.
Yeah,
but that American influence is all over the whole earth.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big fail over the whole earth as well, man. That way of living in America.
I'm in Ghana as well, and it's like, well, it's funny because even when I went there, it's like one of my neighbors was like some tear-bearing bird, some lanky white geezer for a husband, all up in Ghana with the little tear kids. I used to go around and fucking play Dance Revolution on their TV, man. But anyway, but I was thinking, I was like, bro, it's like you saw that American influence. They spoke with like American accents as well, man. Even though you're like in fucking Ghana, because the TV, you turn on the TV, it was fucking satellite TV. You're getting channels from the UK, channels from America. All that influence, all them TV shows, movies are showing. Yeah, watching Friends. Man are watching Friends. Like watching it like it's being broadcast for the first time, and watching every week that new episode. Shit. No, but for real, America. The thing is these other countries, they worship America. America is their god. Like they'll be looking like the American. And the thing is because they're off in God knows where. They ain't even in America. They're thinking, it's actually the land is actually paved with gold. And I can't remember. I was watching a video. Someone said like they brought their family over. I think it was like some Middle Eastern geezer, like Iraqi or something. He said, yeah, like my family members came over. They actually thought the land was actually paved with gold. So these guys were actually thinking like that it's that amazing. But it's just a shithole, man. It's like London, man. London's like you go everywhere, there's garbage on the floor. That's why the cleaning services, they have to pay them guys so fucking much.
You look around even now, it's fucking shit stuff.
Yeah, the shit. And the cleaner just walked past that a little while ago.
But he gave up on these ones.
Yeah,
he can't get them off. They're part of London now.
Yeah, those are actually part. They're a cultural heritage icon, man, right there.
You got this chewing gum all over the pavements as well. That's permanent, man.
Oh, that's what I was talking about, man. Chewing gum, like, because that shit, I'm like, bro, it's actually permanent. You have some bits where it's like, bro, that shit's been there since like. Bro, I remember it's like when they were repaving the roads, like this is back in like must have been late 90s, like back in Barking when they were repaving all the roads. I was like, shit. I was like, wait, is this the colour of the bricks originally? Like, some of them were orange and yellow. I was like, hold on, I thought they were just grey. I'm like, but that's everything just is in that state of disrepair, man. Degraded as fuck. You got precept?
Yeah, I got precept. This is Zephaniah 2:15. This is the rejoicing city that dwelleth carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, and there is none else beside me. How?
What it says, that careless city. And the thing is it is careless because it's like what Lamentations 4, that virgin daughter of Babylon, man. Because this place ain't been touched. The thing is, they say, oh, the blitz. But that's, come on, man. That when you got some boots on the ground soldiers running up in villages, raping up the men. Well, I was gonna say raping up the men, women, and children. Shit. Raping up the women, murdering the men and children. That's a different level. Because them guys in the Middle East, them guys that have experienced that, that's a different. Because